he hits the El Idolo for the win. Yeah, Danielson took a loss. Yeah, I didn't really see that happening, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I've been asking for upsets, and I think this is kind of the first upset because I was honestly thinking Bryan Danielson would win every match and would make it all the way to the finals because I thought this was, the G1 for him. But yeah, this is surprising, but I was all for it. It was a hell of a match, and the way Andrade was going about it, it made a lot of sense why he was battering that eye. I mean, you mentioned the picture-in-picture in a bit, but that crowd blew up when he took off that eye patch and he started coming down on his eye. Like, I think that really woke him up and put them into the second gear for the match. But it was really good. Uh, well, interested to see where Andrade goes after this. What did you think, Chad?
I loved it. Around, I think, 3/4 into this, they had a really good exchange where they were both ground fighting, and it was almost like watching him and Zack Sabre Jr. Like it was just fast and crisp, and I loved it. That part, that little sequence.
I think I wrote it down. Like Bryan kicked Andrade, which Andrade tried to roll him up, which Bryan tried to put into the label lock, which then Andrade put him into the figure four, which then Bryan tried to roll him up, and then right after that, I can't remember the name of it, but Bryan put him in the same thing he tapped Okada out with. So it's like, oh shit, it's getting serious. And then right as he did it, Andrade put his foot on the ropes, and that's like 2 minutes of each other.
Oh yeah,
Insane.
it was excellent.
Kind of the theme with the whole episode. I was more into it the second time around watching it than I was the first. Yeah, I watched that match the second time through, and I was on the edge of my seat, like definitely into it. I know the tournament was more or less created for Bryan Danielson, but I think he would be humble enough to put someone else over to win that tournament. I don't think he's going to win it.
I just
He's
think that
going to
would
probably
take
be in
place
the
in the
final.
finals. Like he'd get to the finals and then lose, but he's losing a
Yeah.
lot more on the way there than I thought.